I went up to the attic to talk to my best friend who I basically yell at, but like invent to, but doesn't respond in any way, shape, or form, which is in the attic. There's a silent angel that lives in the attic, and by silent angel, that's how Taylor describes her. But when anybody else looks at her, what they see is like a pitch white little girl with like a red mark across her neck who just doesn't blink, has huge eyeballs, and just stares.
I hate this.
Just stares and listens, and she's always there. She's never not there. Like, she's always standing in front of the window. There's like one of those circular windows, I guess, in the attic that overlooks the outside.
Did you describe the attic? Did you do your stuff?
I didn't do the attic, so if anybody has that.
Yeah, that's the one that I have, yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, aesthetically, the attic is, as you'd expect, kind of chock full with a bunch of various knickknacks, boxes, things packed away up there. Most notably, as Taylor rushes up there, it sounds like in a huff, a preteen storming out of her room, mad at his parental figures, I guess. People you're using as a proxy for your parents, it's sounding like, as you huff up there. Like, we see the attic before you get up there, and there's various like dolls and toys. There's the couple that I mentioned that go with my character, but a few other ones, all like skidding around. But when they hear like a figure headed that way, just like, I hate you, like running up there, they all like, run back to their positions and like go like limp back into place.
Gross.
One of the aesthetics basically might as well just say they're doing a Toy Story up there.
Doing a Toy Story.
And then among that, there's also like various other like big old carpet bag in the corner that's like just stuff with various like little trinkets and things. Might be, the page from that big fancy book might be on its way there at some point as well. And then we are, yes, saying unsolvable problems as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Another notable, very spooky thing up here is an old television screen, unplugged and broken, turns on by itself and shows us what we don't want to see. So maybe that'll make an appearance as Taylor heads up there. Who knows? And a diorama of the town is here, and some of the little versions of people cause mischief.
Oh no.
There's a lot happening in the attic is the real problem here.
I'm starting to realize that maybe I don't want to just run into rooms because this game might be terrifying. Yeah, I want to say Taylor runs into that room huffing and puffing. He gets all mad. He starts, venting to his friend, the Silent Angel, who just, of course, stares unblinkingly at him as he does. She looks to be about the same age as him, by the way. So it's almost like maybe they might know each other or be related in some sort of fashion, but both of them have forgotten. Or if she knows, then she hasn't been able to speak about it. So like, but yeah, he just finds like, basically he likes to vent to her because they're about the same age. So it's like a peer thing. Like, oh, we're both kids and stuff like that. So we should be able to be, I can talk to you, you get it and stuff like that.
Parents just don't understand.
Parents just don't understand. Let's see. Do I want to do a move while I'm up here?
Can I add something while you're looking?
Sure.
I think I'd like the amalgam doll to keep trying to like fall asleep in ways that look natural, but then keeps coming to life and like try to resettle himself. Because
it's uncomfortable.
There's
like a mirror and it keeps like looking into it, trying to be like, is this normal? And just like does a few iterations of that before just like landing however it does.
Nothing it does is normal.
No, it is.
It's a constant fight.
Yeah.
Taylor gets up there and he's all huffing and puffing, and you see him like trying to lash out at objects, but of course they stay put. like he looks like he's knocking over a box, but his hand just goes through it and stuff like that. He's just like, I hate them. I don't like that they constantly just make fun of the things that I like. They don't, and none of them are going to heaven, and they're all just mean people, and they just knock over my things, and they know I care about these things, but they just keep making fun of me, and they keep destroying the things I like. Just because they can move things that I can't doesn't mean that I just... He just kind of like slumps a little bit, sinks a little bit into the floor, and then he kind of comes back to himself and just like, I mean, I saw the lights when I went, and now I'm back here, and I don't know why. Do you think any of them saw the lights? So then obviously the silent angel doesn't respond. Well, maybe one day I can make them see the lights. That'd be nice. That's my temper tantrum. You want to ask me a question?
Yeah, I was trying to find something that would tie into this a little bit. Okay. Let's see. So to tie in a couple things here, one, I think the unsolvable problem. Okay, so I mentioned there's a little diorama of the town with the little versions of people. I'm going to count them separately from the collection of dolls and toys that don't move when you're looking, and maybe the little diorama people do, because I don't know, that's delights me if they're getting up to mischief. But so the diorama has like the house in the center of it, and to just introduce a fun thing for your character, maybe in the distance, like facing out from the attic window, like in the diorama, you can like you look at that and you see like all these little people like walking into like a little church, like a little steeple, like little farmhouse church thing, and the move for the room is to ask someone to look through the window and describe what they see. So like go like look out and see the real world version of that, of like all these people going to their little like farmhouse church that you can't get out to.
Yeah, I look out the window
because we're trapped here.
I like sigh heavily and I look out the window. I, go past the silent angel who, of course, just turns to keep looking at me. And then maybe she even kind of joins me and looks out the window. And I just kind of sigh and I look at all the people going to church and it's like, must be nice to be able to go to such a nice building to practice. We always had to go to basements. And that's it. The move that I did earlier.
You have a different church.
Yeah, I was about to say maybe. Maybe I don't practice the religion you think I do.
After the scene.
I was gonna say the move that I told a bit ago was that I did a bit ago was a neutral move, which was tell a truth about heaven or lie about it. But I told the truth, as far as I know, at least. Which was the lights, seeing lights and stuff before I died.
Oh, and yeah, I guess you gain a token since you did accept the offer to beckon and look out the window at all the people practicing just exactly the same religion as you. Completely.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Completely and utterly the entire same.
Definitely what everyone assumes is the religion that I follow.
Yep. As an aside, I am in fact a ghost cat. I'm not a real cat.
Okay.
Are we
I
on
have
different
ghostly
planes,
abilities.
though?
Yeah, I'm on an animal plane.
Yeah, I think that would be kind of
Obviously.
funny is that there's something weird going on with the ghosts that sometimes they can interact with each other and sometimes they can't. Like, it's not all one plane.
Listen, you being a little culty boy maybe has something to do with it, you know?
maybe I fucked up something.
Maybe someone fucked up something and now you can't touch other ghosts.
Yeah, if you're a bad boy in your lifetime, then you don't get to pet the ethereal cats in the afterlife.
That sucks.
The worst hell imaginable.
There are cats you cannot pet.
There are cats you cannot touch.
Forbidden
not this.
kitties.
I want to go find Wes wherever Wes ended up.
Before we switch scenes, because that's kind of the end of the Taylor or the Taylor scene and thing. I did forget we had to do the relationships. We forgot to do that.
I meant to ping that
Yes!
in the chat because I was thinking about
Yeah,
that.
so
Did you
how's
mention
that
that in
work?
chat?
No, I was about
Oh.
to because I was like, oh no.
So we go to our character sheets, and there's a thing that says your relationship, and we have to ask each other a question. Only one. Does anyone want to
Only
go first?
one?
Mhm.
We
Choose
get to
one
pick...
to ask.
Ah, I see.
Oh.
Well, I have a pretty easy one.
Okay.
Dander, why am I your best friend forever? I did like that we kind of had a little bit of a round
Little
without
prologue,
having
yeah.
the relationship, so we kind of
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't gonna ask Wes why he's my best friend at this point.
Yeah.
Wes constantly makes me angry.
Why am I
Yeah,
your
clearly
best
Wes
friend
is-
forever?
Wes can touch things. I don't like it.
Because... Okay, I'm going to give a two-part answer. I'm going to give one from a GM standpoint for you to mull about. For some reason, I remind you of something from when you were alive. Specifically, a cat, an animal.
I'd do it.
But from my perspective, from the cat's perspective, we're best friends because you remind me of something I thought I had forgotten.
Oh. And I guess I could do my other one too.
Yeah, because it's like a two-part question.
Yeah, I think you get a two-part on all these.
Choose. Oh, it just says choose one to ask.
No, you just get one. Yeah, we only get one relationship each. You can choose
the
either
other
of the
one
questions
was
to
so
ask.
fun.
Well, right.
You can do the other one instead.
Well, because
I
it's like... Because
well, I
mine
think
has like a
this-
two-part, like...
It's two
some of them have
bullet
two
points.
parts. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
would
so
li-
it's-
Oh, what?
Like the loved has why do you love me? Why don't I believe in your love? So that'd be one. That's still one question, but they have another one that would be
One
another.
bullet point list of
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah. The other
Because your bullet point
is
have a
fun.
secondary question to it.
My
about
bullet point has a
BFFs.
secondary
Okay.
question.
My second bullet point has a two-part question that
Okay,
is
you
pretty
pick
fun.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I ask Wes it anyway? Because it
Go ahead.
works pretty well.
Sure. Okay.
Why don't you believe me about heaven, and why do you want to?
Why don't I believe you? You seem very immature, and I don't have any reason to believe what you said. Why would I like to? I would like to believe that there is some way out of this place.
That I don't have to hang out with you anymore. That I don't have to hang out with a child, a cat, and a toy anymore.
I dream of the day I will escape this out.
What does we haven't yet also described what we look like as an
I
aside.
did. Yeah,
Oh,
I did
you did.
myself.
Taylor did.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
we have not.
Mm-hmm.
Wes is a man in his late 20s, early 30s. He has a shaved undercut. He wears a shirt like this one, and he wears a scarf around his neck. He's got kind of like sullen, tired blue eyes, and kind of a medium build.
So really, we have late college age / early adult and child and toy and cat. Ah. Excellent. Well, I have relationship questions. Question?
We can ask both. If you feel like asking both, ask.
Oh, okay. Well, the one that I originally picked. Charlie. How do I bother you, and why do you secretly like it?
Ooh. You said, how do you bother me? Yeah,
How
why
do I
see-
bother you, and why do you secretly like it?
Okay, so I mentioned Charlie was going to collect stuff, grab the one page and stuff, and probably has I'm imagining the attic. That's feels like a good place for a toy. Has some sort of collections of knickknacks up there, things he's gathered around. And Dander, in typical cat fashion, can you corporeally interact with things? I guess you were on a chair at one point, sort of.
I imagine I can to a certain extent.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was imagining maybe you steal things, move them around, and I like it because it's a fun game where I get to be a part of something.
Oh wow!
It's
I
like a
won't
little
ask my
mystery.
second one. It doesn't quite fit. I love that. I love that.
I got mine. I will ask. Who's been asked questions so far? We've done.
I think.
Just
Maria,
Dander,
me, and Charlie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Dave is not at this point.
I will. I don't think mine will fit with you.
I've got one of my two I could potentially
Okay.
ask of Taylor if you don't have a good one.
Yeah, I
for-
don't have one that fits for Taylor.
Yeah, I mean, ask whoever it feels right for.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to be
It's true.
everybody is asked a question eagerly. We're all adults here. Some of us are playing children and cats and animals, and also bears that are stuffed.
I don't know why my mind went to stuffed crust bear.
The new stuffed crust.
I'll ask mine based on what Dander wants the next scene to be. I'll ask Dander, why aren't you afraid of me?
Why aren't I afraid of you? Because I think I'm like you in more ways than you might think. Don't worry about it. I'm sure it's fine.
All right. We good on that one?
Yeah.
I can do mine. Cool. So I think I will ask this of Taylor then. I'm kind of actually switching up from the one I thought I was going to end up using. So I got a two-parter here. A question from the crowd. Actually a two-part question for Taylor. What shameful secret do we share, and why can't we tell anyone?
It's a good one. I feel like it'd be more innocent than you'd think.
Yeah, I don't have a good answer, but it just seemed like a weird, fun bond for them to have.
Well, thankfully, you don't have to come up with the answer, Zach.
Exactly.
You just have to accept it.
I just had to defer it to somebody else.
Let's see. What shameful secret?
Make story.
I want to say there's like a weird little ghost that nobody, like, both of us know about it, and we keep it kind of locked up in a cupboard somewhere. But it's like, but it's like this ghost of like this weird little frog toy. And everybody hears the thing in the walls and stuff because there's a little hole in the cabinet that goes into the walls. But we feel like we got in trouble for locking it away, and we don't want to admit that it's there. So there's this like little frog toy going through the walls.
Please release me.
The walls rip it. That just kind of rolled out slowly. Yeah, I like it. I'm cool with this little frog, frog toy.
Extremely good.
Oh, I want to say we haunted it though. Maybe it's not like a different ghost. Like we have the ability to haunt objects sometimes. So we haunted it.
You just left your hand on it a little too long, and then you gifted it ghost life.
Now it's alive, and we don't know how to stop it. So we blocked it in it.
You see what you've done? You took a perfectly good frog toy and gave it sentience.
How could we?
What's the frog toy's name? The frog toy needs a name.
Yeah,
it can't be Pip. We can't name all of our frogs.
It's got. It probably should be. It should,
but consistency.
It's different universe in our timeline. So
God damn it! It's Pip.
Okay.
I'm just somberly looking out the attic window as we cut back to the game, and I just hear the rivets in the walls. Just like, God damn it, Pip! I need to go look. Shut up! The little angel girl stares at me, just like, shh. I mean, you know, whatever. And I kind of phase through the floor to see if I can find Pip. Maybe see if I can try to shut him up before somebody hears him. Before Wes hears him. I'm specifically worried about Wes being mad at me or disciplining me in some fashion, whether that just be yelling at me or whatever.
Ignoring you.
Using my horrible ghostly abilities.
I was about to say using your horrible ghost abilities to move stuff I want to places I can't get. So it's how you ground me, essentially, when I'm mean or bad.
Putting your Bible in timeout on the top shelf, yeah.
Yeah, you put it up there years ago, and we just haven't moved.
We forgot about it.
We forgot about it, even though we brought it up every day.
Yeah, it meant nothing to Wes, and he just put it up there, and it's like, oh yeah, this kid really is into that book, I guess. I don't know.
It was just in the way. Wes, where you at?
Yeah. So
my little
as West, if you're going to find, if Dander's going to find Wes, I'm going to use a neutral move on the way. I am going, as Wes begins to walk through these dilapidated, broken hallways, heading towards the garden, he's going to scratch his nails on the surfaces of the wall, leaving blood behind. Neutral move. 5 marks of blood as he scratches.
That's fine.
And makes his way out to the garden. And I think when you...
Garden, you say?
Yeah, I don't
the
have
garden, you say? I have the garden, you say? So some aesthetics for the garden, everyone. There's wildflowers and weeds overgrowing everywhere. Everything... It's pretty in a... It hasn't been kept, so nature's just done its own thing kind of way. In the center of the garden, though, kind of a little bit overgrown, but not as much as everywhere else, suspiciously, or not, is a ring of stones with runes and sigils carved into them that possibly has been forgotten. Maybe. We've got some unsolvable problems, one of which is something ancient and hungry lives at the bottom of the old well. And bones buried here form into terrifying shapes to act on twisted desires. So that's fine. Everything
bone
is fine.
Monster from what's it called? What was the camping one? The horrible bone monster that lives in the woods.
What? Maybe this house is in those woods.
I like to imagine that. I like to imagine that this house is like on a hill in the woods and it can see the town, which is how I was able to see the church and everything like that. And some buildings are closer to it than others. But,
in the other way, you can look and you can see a camp.
Yeah.
Camp, what was it? Woodsong?
Yeah, Woodsong sounds right.
It sounds right. I can tell you.
And that means we're somewhere in Maine, I think is where the state we said that takes place in.
Ooh.
But Dander would see, I guess as Dander is entering, Wes is standing by the wildflowers, and the raven is perched on his shoulder that opens speaks to him. And he's saying, "No, I think I am a fine communicator. I think you're a bad communicator. You don't talk to me. You just talk to me. You got one person." And then it calls me.
From like behind you, as I'm walking up, you know, some people might think that you've actually lost it if you keep talking to that bird. You know, animals can't talk, right?
I'm gonna say as you do that, the raven looks at you, looks to like several feathers missing from its tail, paws, and flies off.
The cat chuckles
and licks its lips. Yes, I guess so.
I'm gonna hop up. There's probably like a little, like a little like dilapidated. What was probably like a little statue or something at some point. I'm gonna hop up to whatever is left over. And sit next to where you are. So, why didn't you just pull the book down? Why did you have to get so angry about it? You're so angry all the time.
He's constantly just, asking for that book. It just seemed like the easiest way to get that book and never the book down.
He's a kid.
For how long? How long has he been a kid?
I think that's irrelevant, honestly.
Do you?
Kind of. Don't we kind of just stop where we were?
So you think that we're, even though, maybe our bodies and stuff, you think emotionally and mentally we're stuck wherever we were when we died and that's just it?
Well, maybe. To an extent, he's a good kid. Most of the time. He doesn't chase me. He's fine.
He's still a kid, and if we're gonna be here forever, it's gonna irk me sometimes. I think emotionally he could grow up.
Okay. Have you maybe, I don't know, talked to him about this or anything? So just kind of like scratch the back of my head. Or are you just gonna keep throwing things around when you're upset? It seems like one of the two of you is actually a little bit more childish than you might think.
Still think it's him, but yeah, maybe I'll try to give him a talk. Let's see. In terms of I'm stuck in this place forever.
Is really being stuck in this place forever that bad?
Kinda. Yeah, I didn't think when I imagined death, I didn't think it would be with a talking doll, a talking cat, and a child forever. I kind of thought that it'd be, you know, either nothing or like people I knew or like peers or something. I didn't think this.
Well, technically speaking, I guess you're not really dead yet, so your expectations could still be the same.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping there is some end.
Well, there's not one right now, so maybe maybe we can all act a little bit more mature than we are.
All right, I'll go talk to him.
I'm like stand up and like the tail is just like flicking back and forth. Good.
I like when your tail does that. I'm gonna walk off.
There's like they're like you know how sometimes when like cats get spooked, their like spine like it gets a little like fluffy. That's kind of what happens. But you get a token for telling me how cute I am. Ding ding, ding ding, cute. As the garden, want to ask you a question.
Okay.
One of these. Okay, here we go. As you're kind of leaving, there's a little break in the weeds, in the wildflowers and everything. There's just a little bare spot of dirt on the ground. It doesn't have anything growing on it. It's almost kind of calling to you, and I would like to ask you to bury a secret in the soil. It can be literal. It can be use your imagination.
Yeah, bury a secret in the soil. Okay.
Also, could you move your microphone closer to your face? Or your face? Yes! Eat that, Snowball!
I'm gonna be right. I'm gonna be right here with you.
Okay, great.
Good.
Dig a hole and shout your secret into it. Yes, Zach.
Sorry, I'm trying to keep the trolling comments into the chat, not out loud to derail us too much.
I will. I think it's something. Okay. It is a bare spot that is calling to me.
Yeah, it's just a little spot and amongst all of this weeds and wildflowers and undergrowth and all of that natural beauty.
Yeah.
There's just an empty spot.
Yeah, I will. He goes underneath his scarf and he pulls out something and he winces as he does and puts it in the ground and covers it with dirt.
Oh, I hate that. Uh-oh.
Small trickle of blood as he goes inside.
You just bleed everywhere you go.
I do, yeah.
Just leave a little blood for everyone.
Little blood boy.
Just a nice little bloody guy, yeah.
Gross. Gross. And then I'm going to again kind of just like watch you as you leave. Got a little too busy cleaning off my face to see what you had buried or anything. But I kind of just like glance around nervously, and kind of shake my head and my whole body a little bit, and I run inside as I feel like there's something here, but I can't quite see it. And I'm gonna also answer one of these questions from the garden, which is ask someone to reveal something hungry and hidden. There is, as like the camera is watching Dander run back inside through the back doors, from like a behind shot, you just see the silhouette of this large, indistinct, hairy figure that is in the brush. And you can see there's some kind of smoke and a little bit of like a reddish glow coming from around or inside of them. Everything's fine in this house.
I think it's actually the opposite.
Bad news.
We have so much evidence to the contrary.
We'll be fine in this house, I'm sure.
Yeah, we're over all of it by now. It's all just a minor nuisance to all of us.
Yeah. Us and our hundreds of toy doll friends.